Hey, what's this? I'll tell you what this is. This is Show and Tell. Hi, I'm John Park. You may recognize me from just a few moments ago being in my workshop, but now I'm inside and we're going to do a show and tell. Thank you, everyone, for coming out last night to the big, ginormous show and tell that we had before the Ask an Engineer show. It was a great turnout. Hey, and oh, look, there's my echo. I was waiting for that. And sneaking up on me, that YouTube in the background. Now we're going to do a little mini show and tell, and I know that we had some people coming in and then had some technical issues. So at the moment, we have just the one, the only TodBot. I see, I see our friend David who had some technical issues. Keep trying, David. We'll see if we can get you in, but let's bring on Todd. Hey, Todd, how you doing?
Hello, hello. So I have two things to show. One is something that I made. One is something that someone else made. And the first thing I want to show is this here. See if I can zoom in on it. Nope, this way. So this is part of our Deep Fried Neurons live stream. The topic this week, every week we talk about a thing about the sort of new world that we're living in. And this week's topic was networks. And I've wanted to play around with circus sculptures, and I also used to be a network admin, so I dealt with telco cable a lot. And so this is a tree made entirely of telco cable. And at the end, the leaves are little neopixels that have been hand soldered on. And they're all individually dressable, and they go down into the roots. The cabling goes down into the roots of the base, and they're all hooked up. It's a very crazy mess of wires currently. I don't have it fully finished. You'll notice there's some parts here that don't yet have LEDs. They have the blue tape to help me identify which ones they are down in the base. But it's
That
looking
is
pretty
beautiful.
cool. Yeah,
Oh, it's
thanks.
looking amazing. Wow. Let me see if I can zoom you up there a little bit. Let's at least get closer there. So the twisting and planning of this, how did you go about having some that you were, I'm assuming some of these aren't being used and are just for the structure of it, and then others
No,
are
no, they're all being used.
all
I
used.
mean, I
Okay.
mean, eventually the ones that have the blue tape are currently unused,
Yep.
but they will be wired up. And the other thing is that one of the things I really like about wire is its ductility and its strength. You know, like you can create shapes, and the shapes will hold their shape, and you can actually, it'll create structure that you can then based off of. So this whole thing is held up by its own strength. There's no internal armatures or anything. The wire itself is its armature, which I think is a nice little metaphor for our networks that we have. That like they are chaotic, but yet they hold themselves together.
It's terrific. It's beautiful.
It's
Is are you running these as a single strand of neopixels essentially, or how do you
It's
actually
it,
have
it,
this?
it yeah it's all logically a single strand, but it's fully random. Like there's no temporal locality because it's all. I just took a big bundle of wires and just started twisting them, and so like the one here and the one here, they're kind of related, but the one here and here, they're not related at all in terms of
Mhm.
the linear relationship. But what that meant was that if I can zoom back into one of these, uh, there's actually four wires going to every pixel. There's which one is this? There's no, it's this one. No, wait, it's this one. There's three wires on the bottom going into plus minus. Sorry to yeah plus minus and data. That's all I can zoom in. And I can't focus. And then there's a wire at the top that is the data out that then goes back into the tree and down into the base, and then at some point it comes back up as the data into some other pixel.
That's incredible. This is really bonkers. I love it.
It's so bonkers.
Yeah, wow, that's really impressive. Um, and then underneath, what do you have controlling it as far as microcontroller and power?
It's I don't know if I can really put that in frame, but it is currently my little NeoPixel tester
Ah,
driven from a trinket.
mhm.
Um, I was using this nice little itsy bitsy that I used for my last project, but even though I had no wiring issues, For all of these pixels, I had one wiring issue just a little bit ago as I was trying to hurry up, and I've never seen a voltage regulator and capacitor jump so fast off of a board before. so this, so
Whoops.
this, it's a, yeah, so this It's a Bitsy is fried, and these two NeoPixels are fried, but everything else is still working, fortunately.
And what about code? Are you running some sort of randomizing code in
Yeah,
Arduino or Circuit Python?
yeah,
Or
yeah. It's currently it's an Arduino sketch running some fast LED demo code.
uh
I'm going to have something a little bit more interesting on it eventually, but I wanted to have something that showed that they are individually addressable, and also comes up periodically, showing them all the same color, so I can determine if there's any bad pixels.
That's
But yeah,
really cool. I don't know if I've seen a project in recent memory where I didn't want to see the making of behind it so badly, like a time lapse of you twisting wires or something. I really wish I could see how
well,
this.
I've got some photos that I'll be putting up,
Oh, good.
also we have our whoa, I'm too big. Also, we have our live stream tomorrow at
Uh-huh.
5:30 p.m. Deep Fried Neurons. I'll post a link to the blog post about this and
Excellent.
Carlin and Barb's project in the Discord. And let's see if I can do this right now. There we go.
Excellent.
and and yeah, it's every week at Friday 5:30 we drink and we talk about things we're making. We usually have a topic that week. Each week we're talking about. This week was
Mhm.
was networks. Last week
Mhm.
was Pocket Universe, which you might remember, the little like what was it called?
Infinity mirror kind of thing. Yeah.
The infinity mirror.
Yeah.
That was the main thing. The other thing I wanted to show off was this flexible circuit, which is not mine, but is really cool. It's so thin compared to most flexible circuits you might be familiar with. And once I turn it on here we go. Then it's full RGB pixels. And this is just like, it's kind of it's astounding how thin this is. I can't really focus on it very well with my camera. I don't know why. But the thinness of it is kind of nuts, and the density of it is nuts as well. This is from Lumen Couture, who makes a type of face mask that has this embedded in it. And this is Bluetooth controllable with your phone, so you can like put custom little messages on a mask if you want. It's pretty nice.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, like technically I wanted to get the bare panels because this flexible circuit is like, I think maybe half the thickness than the stuff I'm used to. You know, like
Mhm.
if you've ever played with NeoPixels, they're pretty bulky feeling.
Yeah.
This feels much more like a
Wow.
paper almost.
Wow.
It's very strange. So yeah, so I don't know of a non Lumen Couture source of these. So once I get a chance to like look into this more detail, I might be picking her brains on like how it is she got these, where to find them,
Yeah.
because it's astounding. This is a really
Wow.
nice matrix, and
That's beautiful.
it's got a really small radius of curvature. It's really good. Anyway, so
Lumen
there's the
Couture. Okay,
monster
I'll look that
Lumen
up.
Couture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really.
I found her on Twitter. I'll
Mhm.
post a link to her as well on the Discord.
Great. We also had a request, Todd, in the chat that you show your T-shirt design that you're wearing.
Oh, all right. So let me. I'm having focus problems today. Here we go. So this is Neon Retro Arcade in Pasadena. There is a arcade place with vintage arcade machines, and they have a bunch of T-shirts and stuff because no one can go to arcades. And so I bought one of their T-shirts because I wanted to support them, because they're a
That's
really
great.
great institution. They've been in Old Pasadena for like, I don't know, maybe a decade now, and they've pretty much got all the games from the '80s, and they got pinball as well. They're really fun.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. They have one of my favorite pinball machines, the Theater of Magic. It's an incredible
Oh,
game. Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Excellent.
Anyway,
Cool. Well, thank
thanks.
you. Thank you for the shout out to the Neon Retro Arcade and for your shows and tells. Really cool stuff. We'll see you
Cool.
later, Todd.
Thanks. Bye.
All right. Next up, we have Carrie. I'll bring you on. And David, I'll mention, it looks like you're saying your devices are not connected, but we'll try you after Carrie and see if that changes. So here we
Cool.
go. Hey, Carrie.
Hey, how's it going?
All right, thanks. How's it going with you?
Awesome. Pretty good.
What you got for show and tell?
So that arcade segue was perfect because
Ooh.
sometimes you really want to use big red arcade buttons in a project, but these buttons are pretty deep. So,
Hmm.
it's hard to fit them into normal enclosures. You need like kind of a really big box for them. So I decided to design and 3D print some of my own enclosures for this.
Ooh,
And
cool.
I shared them on Thingiverse, so I just wanted to let people know about them.
Oh, excellent.
So basically what it looks like in the enclosure is like this. So, and I have like a white version here, which I'm hoping might be a little easier to show. But it's designed to be printed completely without supports upside down. And on the inside, I put, which way am I? There. I designed in a little strain relief. So that way, when your wires get tugged, they don't actually, tug on your connectors or solder joints if you're just going to solder them in. And it's also big enough to accommodate those like right angle, 90-degree quick connects on there. So if you want something that you can plug and unplug and don't have to actually solder in, then you can do that. And then there's also just like a little place for a grommet to come out to kind of protect your wires from sharp edges, and just a little bottom that fits on. Let's see which way. There we go. So the base fits on like that, and then there are just 3 screw holes, which you can just use one of like a normal kind of flat head 420 screw, and that also can be printed completely flat without supports. So
That's
yeah.
really nice. Yeah, beautifully designed. And I noticed too, you have some holes for the little little keys that keep it registered in the top, right? Because
Yes.
often you get frustrated with those when you're building your own arcade button projects and saw them off, or at least I do.
Right. And this, yeah. So yeah, I guess it's easier to show on this one. So yes, I'm all backwards. So yeah, I did keep the holes in for those 2 little black keying pegs on each side. And also the other thing that I did, because these are really deep, it's hard to get your fingers in here to screw on the nut. So also in all of the thing files is a little custom nut driver here.
That's awesome. I love that. That's really great. Build the tool that helps you put the thing together. That's excellent.
Yeah, I designed the enclosure, and then I was like, oh, wait,
How do
I need a tool for this.
That's great. That next will make the tool hanger for the,
Yeah,
the project. Right. That's great. What should we search for on Thingiverse so that we can find that, or do you have a link to put in Discord?
Big red button enclosure, and I'll put a link up in the Discord.
Super.
Yeah.
Excellent. Do you have any particular projects or plans in mind for some big buttons that you're making these in anticipation of that you can talk about, or is it?
I kind of do, but I'm not quite ready to divulge.
Yeah. Good. Oh, good. Well, that's a good tease, and we'll look forward to your return with more about that. But thank you for the great design and for sharing that. I love it. I often end up with those in cardboard boxes, which is lame. So.
Yeah. Well, and the cardboard boxes are sort of like a cheap and easy way to do it. And yeah, I actually have some things for that too. I can show this a little bit, but I'm kind of coming out with like a little cardboard box kit for the buttons and the wires and things like that. And so you can make your very own eraser button if you want. Neat. And right here, this side are the shapes for the cutouts, so that you can stick a sticker on the box. Do the little cutouts yourself.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, I built some add-ons to an accessibility controller that Microsoft put out so that people who have accessibility needs can use a huge array of switches and buttons and low-force things with video gaming, and those kinds of big buttons are really popular because they're easy to hit with different body parts than just the tiny thumb controllers that the usual controllers are designed for. So these could be a popular thing for adding on your own giant buttons to accessibility, which is pretty cool.
Totally.
Good. Well, thank you, Carrie, so much. That's fantastic. We'll see you next time.
All right.
All right. And let's see, we have David. We're going to see if David's devices will connect. It looks like they're not connected. Sorry, David, but maybe we'll have you on next time. Thank you for coming on and trying. It doesn't want to do it this time, but maybe next time. Cross fingers. Okay, well, I think that is it. Thank you, everyone, for coming on and showing the very cool projects. And if you're interested in finding out more about those, head on over to the Adafruit Discord. You can get there by going to adafruit.it/discord, and then you'll get a link to go and join onto the Discord. There's a live broadcast channel, and that's where you'll find links for these projects. And that is it. We will see you next week. We have a whole bunch of shows. I think remaining shows this week, we have just Scott's live stream tomorrow. He'll be doing a deep dive into some ESP32 CircuitPython projects he's working on, and or hacking, really, getting the thing to work. And then starting next week, we'll have our usual slate of live streams, including on Wednesday, we'll have the Ruiz Brothers 3D Printing Hangouts and a show and tell. I'll be doing Make Code Live on Tuesday on the Microsoft Mixer channel, as well as the Adafruit live stream channels. And in fact, that's very helpful. Someone just typed in !showtimes in our Discord, and it gives us a nice cheat sheet. So I'll say we also have the show and tell on Wednesday at 7 p.m., Ask an Engineer at 8 p.m. These are all Eastern Standard Time. Desk of Lady Ada happens at random hacker times. So look forward to that. And then my workshop show at 4 o'clock on Thursday, followed by this show and tell. So that's our current schedule, and things can change as we go through the week. So thank you again, everyone, for coming out and hanging out. This has been Show and Tell. I'm John Park for Adafruit Industries, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.